Al-Tabari begins by arguing that everything observable in the world is either a body or something that exists in a body. Every body, he says, is either separate or connected. A separate body can be imagined as joining with another like it, and a connected body can be imagined as separating. When connection occurs after separation, it is something newly originated. Likewise, when separation occurs after connection, it too is newly originated. Al-Tabari then extends this principle beyond visible things. Even what we do not observe must be considered the same kind as what we do observe, subject to origination. Anything that cannot be free from origination must have been originated either through composition by someone connecting it, or through separation by someone separating it. Therefore, he concludes, there must be a cause that brings about connection and separation, but is not itself subject to those conditions. The one who connects and separates things cannot be like the bodies he acts upon. Being connected or separated is not permissible for him. Al-Tabari identifies this necessary being as the one unique and powerful, the one who establishes connections between different things, the one to whom nothing is similar. This being has power over everything. In short, Al-Tabari proof argues that because all created things undergo connection and separation, they must be originated, and there must be a unique, eternal cause that brings them into existence without resembling them in any way. The pen, what was created first? Al-Tabari then turns to the question of beginnings. What was the first thing God created? He records a following report. Al-Tabari narrates from Ibn Abbas that the Prophet said, the first thing that God created was the pen. He said to it, write. The pen said, my Lord, what shall I write? He said, write what will happen until the day of resurrection. Al-Tabari transmits this report through multiple chains. He then records other transmitted opinions. Some early scholars held that the first created things were light and darkness. These views were known and circulated, but after presenting both positions, Al-Tabari gives his conclusion. He states that the strongest view is the one stating that the pen was created first. His reasoning is explicit. This matter cannot be known by reason alone. It can only be known through revelation or through the prophet. And because the prophet stated that the pen was created first, Al-Tabari gives this view precedence. In Al-Tabari's telling, creation begins not with matter, but with decree, with writing, with what will be, and before history unfolds. It is already written. Al-Tabari then records another set of narrations. These reports address what was created after the pen. He transmits a narration in which the prophet was asked where God was before the creation of the world. The prophet replied, God was in a cloud. There was no air above it and no air below it. Then he created his throne upon the water. Al-Tabari records this report. Through reliable transmission, he also preserves other narrations stating that God existed when there was nothing else, and that his throne was upon the water. Some scholars differed about the order. Did God create the throne first, or did he create the water first, and then place the throne upon it? Al-Tabari weighs these views, and again he gives his conclusion. He states that the most correct view is that God created the water first, and then created the throne upon it. This conclusion, he explains, is supported by the strongest transmitted report from the prophet. In Al-Tabari's account, creation unfolds in stages. First, the pen, then decree is written, then water is created, then the throne is established upon it, before earth, before heavens, before time as we know it. Creation begins with order, with writing, with decree, and history, before it is lived, is already known.